Hello students, we are reading chapter 5 of class 11, The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role, written by Nani Palkhiwala. This chapter is an article written by Nani Palkhiwala and it was published in the Indian Express newspaper on 24th November 1994. In the first part, we have read that in 1972, the Green Movement started with the first nationwide Green Party being established in New Zealand. For the first time in human history, there was a realization that the planet is a living organism in declining health due to the impact of human activities on its natural resources. The World Commission on Environment and Development popularized the concept of sustainable development in 1987. Man has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. We have also read that the man has been considered as the most dangerous being on the planet, and now he is learning to live in harmony with the other living species on the planet. So we can say man's existence is shifting from the system of domination to that of partnership. Then we have read that the first Brandt report raised the question, are we to leave our successor a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes, and ailing environment? So, Brandt Commission was one of the earliest international commission that examined aspects of ecology and environment. It had examined many other aspects also. A famous Indian, Mr. L.K. Jha, was also a member of this commission. And this commission, in its first report, this commission asked a question that for our future generation, are we going to leave a very hot planet, a planet where deserts will increase, the greenery would be less, and there would be an unhealthy environment? Now let's move on, and here we are. Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four. So, Mr. Lester R. Brown has written a book titled The Global Economic Prospect. And this book is full of several thoughts. Thoughtful book means having several thoughts. And in this book, he tells that there are four main biological systems at the earth. What are these? Fisheries, that means marine life. Marine life, forests, grasslands, and croplands. So, what are the four main biological systems at Earth? Marine life, forests, land for grass, and land for crops. And they form the foundation of the global economic system. So, what we can say? That these four systems are the foundations for the economic well-being of the world. In addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. So, these four systems provide food for all species, and virtually means practically, these provide all the materials for industry except that for mineral industry and petroleum industry. So these provide all the other materials also for industry except that for mineral industry and petroleum industry. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level. So, in most of the areas of the world, human beings have taken away too much from these systems, a point where their productivity is being impaired. Impaired means damaged, reduced. And in those areas, these systems may not survive for a long time. Unsustainable means may not survive for a long time, and growth of these systems has been reduced. Impaired means reduced. When this happens, fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. So, when such situation occurs, marine life reduces to a great extent, forests disappear, and the grasslands are changed into unproductive, infertile, useless land. Wasteland means useless land. And fields, that means croplands for farming, deteriorate means reduces. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. So we know this thing that nowadays the world is aware about the requirement of protein. So it consumes more protein than needed. Everyone is aware of that. Everyone is conscious of that thing that we require protein. So we consume more protein than needed, and because of that, overfishing is common every day. It means catching huge amount of fish from water is quite common these days. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking, right? So in poor countries, forests have been destroyed. Decimated means destroyed a large proportion. So have been destroyed to great extent to procure firewood, right? To get firewood. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. So, in some places, firewood has become very costly, and because of that, cost of firewood has become more costly than the cost of food items. So that's why it is written here, what goes under the pot, that means the firewood now costs more than what goes inside it. And what is going inside it, that means the food, the cost of food, that is less than the cost of firewood. Since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. So Dr. Myers says that forests of hot climate, tropical forest means forest of hot climate region, is the main source. Powerhouse means main source of development. Evolution means development, formation of species, and several species of life face extinction. Extinction means destruction, death. So here we can say that destruction of these forests would result into the uh, death of several species of life. So several species of life face death or destruction due to the destruction of the forest, of these forests. It has been well said that the forests precede mankind, deserts follow. So it is wisely said that before human beings, earth had large forests, and after mankind, earth will be full of deserts now. What it means? The so called development of mankind results in additional burden on earth's resources due to industrialization or urbanization. So we can say due to the increase in population, there is there is an additional burden on the earth's resources, and because of that, what is happening, that the mankind expands and the forests disappear. That means we can say the deserts follow mankind, means human development activities cause the formation of the deserts. So what it means, due to the growth, due to the increase in population, the forests, they are decreasing and the deserts are increasing. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. So the old heritage, patrimony means heritage of tropical forests are getting destroyed at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres per year. And due to the shortage of firewood, animal excreta, that means dung is a manure also, or we can say animal excreta is also being used as firewood, though it is a natural fertilizer. So we can say soil is not getting manure to increase its fertility because there is shortage of firewood, and that's why animal excreta is being used as firewood. And we know this thing that it is a natural fertilizer, but it is not being used as a fertilizer. It is being used as a firewood. That's why the World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. So, the world has estimated that the speed of planting trees needs to be increased. How many times? Five-fold. That means 5 times. Then only cope with means to deal with. Then only we will be able to deal with the expected requirement of the firewood in the year 2000. Right? Five-fold means 5 times. So the speed of planting trees needs to be increased. We should grow more and more trees. That means it should be 5 times more. Only then we will be able to overcome this problem. We will be able to deal with this problem, or we can say with the expected requirement of the firewood in the year 2000. Now James Smith, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. So James Smith is the president of World Resources Institute. Some time ago, he said that forests were decreasing at the rate of 1 acre per second. But now the rate of decrease could be about 1.5 acre per second. Article 48A of the of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. So, the Article 48A of the Indian Constitution specifies that, states that the government will make efforts. Endeavor means to make efforts to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard. That means it will also protect the forests and the wildlife. What is the wildlife? The animals and the plants of the country. Okay, then, but what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. So, what causes endless anguish? But it is a matter of never ending grief or sorrow that laws are not respected nor applied in India. So, we can say that it is a very sad state of affairs that in India laws are neither respected nor enforced. That means we can say uh, they are not applied properly. Laws are made and reforms take place, but the people, they just believe in breaking the laws. Otherwise they should respect the laws, right? Now, for instance, the constitution says that casteism, untouchability and bonded labor shall be abolished. Abolished means stopped. But they flourish, but they continue shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the constitution. So what is the reason that why the writer says that the laws are never respected nor enforced in India? He is just giving an example. And what is that example? That Indian constitution says that the casteism, untouchability and practice of bonded labor, that means child labor or other bonded labor, should be stopped in India. But without any feeling of shame, these practices continue in India even after 44 years of implementing the constitution. That's why the writer says that the laws are never respected nor enforced in India. A recent report of our Parliament's estimates committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion. So, a new report from our Parliament's Estimates Committee has drawn attention, has drawn attention to the disastrous. Catastrophic means disastrous, terrible, and depletion means decrease, reduction of forests in India during the last 4 decades. Decades means 40 years. 4 decades means 40 years. So here we can see a new report from our Parliament's Estimates Committee has drawn attention, has highlighted to the disastrous reduction of forest in India during last 40 years. India, according to reliable data, according to the authentic data, forests is losing, India is losing its forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. So, what the writer wants to say that according to the authentic data, forests in India are reducing by about 3.7 million acres per year, and the large areas which are officially called as forest land is practically without any trees. Virtually means practically, and treeless means without any trees. The actual loss of forests is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. So it is estimated, it is calculated that the actual loss of forest is about 8 times the rate of depletion provided by the government. So the actual authentic or actual data are different. That is 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. That means the depletion, the rate of reduction provided by the government. So up to here we will do this chapter, and in the next video we will continue with the next part.